How's it going, everybody? Saturday Bible study, Matthew 10, 3 through 14, and we're going to start Revelation 9. And hopefully you're starting these playlists from the beginning at the channel. Thank you, High Glow, for the shout. It's always good to hear from you. Always good to hear from anybody that's, listening to the Bible studies. We had 5 views yesterday, 1 view for Thursday, 11 views for Wednesday. So it really seems to vary. It does get put on my Facebook, so I guess at times it's clickbait. Let's check the volume and let's turn it up. Very sorry. There we go. So, but High Glow left us a nice message. And it was great. Great to hear from you. So, yeah, so you would go to the channel and click playlist, and you would want to start Revelation 12th study from the beginning or the Matthew study from the beginning, whichever one you feel more called to study. And I always suggest to go back to my Daniel 12th study. That was also end time study. And the end time studies are going to always have a New Testament study first, or the Matthew or the New Testament studies. If you click those, they're always going to have an end time study at the end. So they're staggered. Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew. So still naming the 12 disciples. Matthew the publican, James the son of, and Matthew, when he says Matthew the publican, he's the author of this gospel through the Holy Spirit. James, son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. And of course, that's future tense, who also will end up betraying him. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into the city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And Jesus later says, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Today, anybody that's not a member of the Hebrew bloodline, just like back then, not everybody that was part of quote unquote Israel or the church. We know Acts from the book of Acts 7:38 that they refer to the church that assembled at Mount Sinai receiving the 10 Commandments. They're referred to as the church. They're not referred to as Israel. They're not referred to as the Israelites, referred to as the church. The church is Israel, and Israel is the church. So what about today's sheep that are not part of the Hebrew bloodline? Same as those that sojourned with Israel, came into them, wanted to be of their religion, but they weren't Hebrews, where they had to get circumcised, dipped in water, and present an animal sacrifice, either 2 turtle doves or an unblemished lamb. We are today, if you're not part of the Hebrew bloodline, we're considered grafted in Jews, grafted into the vine. And that's all part of my Romans 11 study, or when you read Romans 11 yourself, that's what's actually happening. Sorry, I took a quick break. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which means the church. It's the lost sheep. Sheep are born lost, whether Old Testament, New Testament, whether the Hebrew bloodline or not. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And go not into the way of the Gentiles and into the city of, and he's saying, don't go to the goats. Go to the lost sheep. I don't think that all these people that got up and followed him were just Jews and performing all these miracles, but they might have been for the most part. But there is Jesus talking to the Samaritan woman, where she was a sheep, if I'm not mistaken. Jesus and the Samaritan woman. You're a Jew, I'm a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink? I mean, that's all part of salvation of the Lord, you know. That's all part of her salvation. Oh, I'm all over the place here. All right, King James. How come I can't find it? Not spotting it. And it's right there. Okay. And let me find it. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it thou, being a Jew, ask a drink of me, which I am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with Samaritans. So this relates to what Jesus is speaking to. Don't he say it? Don't go that way. But it's not 100. It's a generalization about don't worry about goats. We're saving the lost sheep. Jesus answered and said unto her, If thou knewest the gift of God, and who is it that saith to thee, Give me a drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. And the woman saith unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with. The well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? I like to highlight so I know we've been here before and so forth. And the woman of Samaria, let's put that in the red or the light red or the pink, whatever you want to call it. Art thou greater than the father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself and his children and his cattle? Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again, but whoever drinketh of the water I shall give him shall never thirst, talking about salvation. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him of a well water springing up to everlasting life. The woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water. She's a sheep. That I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. Jesus said unto her, Go, call thy husband, and come hither. And the woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, Thou hast said well, I have no husband, for thou hast had 5 husbands. He whom thou hast is not, the one you're with now is not your husband. And that saidst thou truly. The woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. For our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say, by the way, we're in John. Yeah. We'll get back to Matthew. The woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Jesus saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor in Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. For the hour cometh and is now when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit. That they worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. The woman saith unto him, I know that Messiah cometh, which is called the Christ. When he come, he will tell us all things. And Jesus said unto her, I that speak unto you, I'm he. I am the Messiah. And upon this came the disciples and marveled that he's talking to this woman. So he's telling them, don't go and talk to the Samaritans, but that's a general statement. Yet no man said, What seekest thou? Or why talkest thou with her? The woman then left her water pot and went her way into the city, and saith to the men, Come, see a man which told me all things that I have ever done. Is this not the Christ? And they went out into the city and came unto him. In the meanwhile, his disciples prayed him, saying, Master, eat. But he saith unto them, I have meat to eat you know not of. Therefore said the disciples to one another, have a man brought to eat. So I think this is the end of the story of the Samaritan. So we get the idea, right? It's a general statement. I come not to save the goats, but the lost sheep. But some of the lost sheep are Samaritans. It's a general statement. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. In other words, I've given you the power to do this, so pay it forward, so to speak. Providing neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purses, nor scrip of your journey. Scrip, I think, had to do with food. Neither coats nor shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meal. If we go to Matthew 10:10, whoops, script, G4082, para, a wallet, a leathern sack in which travelers and shepherds carry their provisions. So, provisions, food. The action of providing, supplying something for use, the amount of things supplied or provided. Supply with food, drink, equipment, especially for. So he's just saying, just go. Don't carry stuff with you, not even food. For the workman is worthy of his meat, and meat meant meal or food. So you will get your food as you travel. It'll be provided for you. And into whatsoever city ye shall enter, inquire who it is that is worthy, and there abide till ye go thence. And when ye come into a house, salute it. If the house be worthy, let peace be come unto it. But if not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or the city, shake off the dust of your feet. We'll continue that tomorrow. So we start Revelation 9, and the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose smoke out of the pit, and the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by the reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as scorpions of the earth have power to sting. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass, nor the earth, nor any green thing, neither any tree, but hurt those men which have, but only those men which don't have the seal of God on their foreheads. So God sealed his on their foreheads. That's a spiritual and potentially literal sealing. And the mark of the beast is a spiritual sealing because they are possessed with demonic entities. And something physical might rise up on their head also, just like in the movie The Exorcist. Reagan started having marks all over her face and body when the demons were in her. And to them was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And in their torment was the torment of a scorpion when he striketh the man. And in those days shall men seek death. See, they can't die. They got the demons in them. Demons don't die. Fallen angels don't die. And they shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. So apparently the humans might still be alive. The human host might still be alive. But they're riding together, just like when you were in the Haunted Mansion at Disney World and you looked into the glass mirror and you saw yourself, but you saw this like ghost with you. They're going to use the human body as an avatar. They're going to possess the body. At some point, the human host will die off, just like Reagan was about to die. Or in the movie Venom, the human host always died off and the entity took over the body. At some point, the humans will die. the humans do not get eternal life unless they're sheep. Hell is the grave. Death and the grave, or death and hell, are thrown into the lake of fire, and that's a cleansing process. They're already dead, again, from the flame of Revelation 12:9. So they're going to seek death, and then they're not going to get death. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto the horses prepared unto battle, and that might be the fallen angels that want to die but can't. Or it might be the humans still alive in the body that is also possessed. So they're fallen angel human hybrids, just like it was in the days of Noah. So shall it be when the Son of Man return. There were fallen angel human hybrids on the earth, known as Nephilim. And that's how it'll be at the end. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads, as it were crowns of gold, and their faces were like the faces of men. And they had hair as of the hair of woman, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. I'm glad you're here. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.